Okay, so today we continue our class Hilchot De'ot, and today's class number 11. We start with Sefer Chaim, page number 70, and the big topic is the same, Lashon Hara, laws of derogatory speech, and today's topic, common knowledge. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so a derogatory statement is considered Lashon Hara even when the information is common knowledge. For as stated above, to speak negatively of one's fellow is shameful in itself. So even if everybody knows something to be like, let's say he likes to be with the ladies. If everybody knows it, you still shouldn't say it, right?
Yes.
Okay, so negative.
In this. So in this specific situation that you gave, right? In this specific example, so you should not say not because it's not true. It's not for constructive purpose.
Right, like you're not protecting a woman or something like that, right?
Exactly. So if you try in the thing that you just told me before we started the class, so you're talking to Rabbi about the person. Why is it allowed? But because you're trying to help him. And Rabbi can influence that person.
Right.
So it would be allowed. But to talk to somebody else, like, I don't know, some another guy, it would be 100% Lashon Hara. Because he cannot help. You understand? Right. So that's...
So when it's to help somebody, like, on a constructive level, like, okay, this person, I don't know, once in a while he'll go eat, like, in Burger King. Something like that. Maybe we should help, like it's something we can do or whatever like that, then okay.
So if that person that you're talking to, he's in you think you even you're not sure, but you suspect maybe they're in close relationship, and he can tell him not to do it or like I don't know. So you would be allowed, but otherwise there is not allowed.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
Like a big picture.
Okay, so let's continue. Negative information about Jews appearing in newspapers may not be repeated. Newspapers often publish articles based on heresy, and thus one is not even permitted to believe such information.
Hearsay,
Hearsay, yeah. Oh, hearsay. That's right. Hearsay, not heresy. There's so much heresy.
But you're right also. It is 100%. You're right.
There's just so much heresy right now that it's all the same to me. So even after one has verified the information, he may nevertheless not repeat it. So even if the newspaper said something you should always take it as like it's not 100%, even if you find out that it's still a possibility, right? Because you still can't repeat what the newspaper said.
For example, they arrested somebody, but they did not convict it.
Right.
There were no proofs. There was no court. So even they say we have all of the evidence, and this guy and the court proceeding started, and he goes to prison for 50 years. How do I know? How do I know if they have proofs? If he did say he's guilty.
Here's how it influences you. There was an article I read I think it was in Florida. This rabbi got arrested because he was giving, I don't know, something to the accountant. They were doing like these fake or whatever. They claimed to be fake, like donations. Like they said that this accountant donated like a Sefer Torah to this rabbi and things like that. So something like that I shouldn't believe because I don't even know. You should always give the benefit of the doubt. Right, like that.
Why would the kosher person?
Because it did influence me. I was like, oh, these crooked rabbis, and I guess I didn't even realize that until now.
But for this you have to do tshuva because you believe. Absolutely.
Wow. Okay, I gotta write that down.
So, yeah. We didn't get to this part, but we're going to get. So you need to do tshuva.
Wow.
You understand? You have to resolve not to believe in this information going forward, and don't read all these things. So after some time, I decided I'm not going to watch news or read news. I don't.
I didn't watch news. You know what I do? I have Facebook where I only use it for Kiru. So there's people who post religious things, and one of the things that somebody shared was this article. But I don't go out there looking for I don't even have it.
Okay, so maybe you have to educate this person.
Yeah, maybe.
Make a copy.
Oh.
This page.
And take a picture and share it.
It's fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Take a picture now.
What I always do, I make a picture of the cover of the book. And the page. So people, some people interested. I mean, they want to buy this book, for example. You understand? That's what I do.
It's funny because this weekend I was walking on Shabbat with my wife, and I seen this Jewish guy on Saturday riding a bicycle. And I look at him, I was like, he's not allowed to go. I was like, oh, maybe there was an emergency, I said to myself. Maybe he had to go like to his grandma or something. I don't know. That's what I said. Then all of a sudden I see this article and I didn't even think twice. I just thought to myself, you know, like it's also
exactly. That doesn't matter. So if this person does not know and he's like a new Baal Tshuva, so you can come over and quietly say we don't ride the bicycles.
Wow.
Yeah. I understand, but it's quietly because
he was wearing a kippah on Shabbat, which is even worse because he's wearing a kippah.
Yes, that's.
But whatever, I gave him the benefit of that. I was just like, maybe he's like an emergency because not long after there was a chatzala riding right past him.
Maybe he's a part of chatzala.
Maybe. That's what I gotta do. I gotta give it. And then all of a sudden I get caught with this Yetzarat thing, this post I seen, and I was like, oh, this rabbi. I gotta do tshuva.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we continue with chapter 2 and then Halachah number 6. Okay, so let's start.
Mm-hmm.
1 second, let me see. Oh, yeah, it's on this page. So Halachah number 6. A person is forbidden to act in a smooth tongue and luring manner. He should not speak one thing outwardly and think otherwise in his heart. All of the hypocrites. Right? Yeah. Rather, his inner self should be like the self which he shows to the world. So that's, I think it's very difficult. We're going to see the commentary, but that's a Jew must do.
Mm-hmm.
What he feels in his heart should be the same as the words of his lips. Right? It is forbidden to deceive people, even non-Jews. For example, one should not sell a Gentile a meat of animal which has not been ritually slaughtered, as if it were ritually slaughtered meat.
Wait. Are we allowed to sell if a non-Jew comes in and says, I want kosher meat, we're allowed to sell him kosher meat?
Of course, absolutely. Let him eat. But if it's not kosher meat, you cannot present it as kosher.
Right. But we're allowed. So a Gentile is allowed to eat kosher meat if that's all they want to eat.
Yeah. First of all, just so we know, so this kosher meat is much healthier.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And I think that when they kill animal in a not kosher way, so they shoot it in the head with a bullet. I'm not sure which. Or electrocute it, or this or that, and an animal dies, and it takes some time, and it injects the poison into the body. It's like a defense mechanism.
Right.
You understand? And it dies for the death itself takes like, I don't know, 15, 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, my friend sent me a kosher slaughter. I was like, wow, I seen videos. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was merciful. You could see the animal didn't even suffer. Like, it was just quick. Boom, done, you know?
Yeah. So basically, and as you just said, when they do shchita, so it's very fast.
Yeah.
And it has no time to inject this poison. So basically, the kosher meat is much healthier.
Right.
You understand? So why wouldn't these people, these Gentile, want to use healthier food?
Well, what if this Gentile comes in and he's like, oh, that's it. I'm deciding to be Jewish. Or like, I like Jewish tradition. So I'm going to eat kosher. I'm going to keep Shabbat.
Yeah.
But you're not allowed to do that.
I mean, Okay, if you want to argue with him, if you want to explain about Shabbat that they're not allowed, you can. But all of the other things they're allowed to do.
Right.
Like,
Okay,
for
so I can
example,
tell, like, oh, if you want to eat the food because it's like healthier, then here you go, right? Like you can eat it.
for whatever reason. I mean, okay, yes, yeah, healthy is better for you. Like in all of this. In all of these foods, Rabbi Reuben gave this lecture, not the whole lecture, part of the lecture. So his wife compiled the list of all of this chemical on the back, right? It says B31Z.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Yeah.
So and there is a description of all of these things somewhere on the internet, and many of these things were bugs.
Bugs?
Bugs. So because the best red color comes from bugs.
Wow.
And on a product can say even that it is organic. Bugs are organic. You understand? And even that they add it in some chocolate.
Right. Oh yeah.
So people say, chocolate, you crazy? You go fanatic on me? It's chocolate. What could be in chocolate? Sugar and cocoa beans? No. So all of these flavors, all of the things. So of course, when kashrus agency put their stamp, means that they check all of the ingredients.
Right. Okay.
You understand? That's so it's good for them to eat kosher. Okay. So 1 second. Okay, so let's do the sentence again, and then we go back and do all of the details and discussions. Okay, one more time. For example, one should not sell a Gentile a meat of an animal which has not been ritually slaughtered, if it is if it were ritually slaughtered meat. So, for example, if it was treifa, right, and he sells it as kosher. Okay. Not a sure. Let me close the windows 1 second.
Yeah.
Just 1 second. Okay, not a shoe made from a hide of an animal which has died of natural causes, as if it is made of the hide of the slaughtered animal. So basically, I mean, technically, I'm not sure if there is any difference in the leather quality, but anyway, it's still deception. One should not press his colleague to share a meal with him when he knows that the colleague will not accept his invitation. Oh, you going to Israel? Oh, so bad. I'm planning big barbecue. And it would be so nice if you. He just told me.
Okay. Knowing that
he has a plane ticket. What are you talking about? Oh, it's. I wanted to be on that barbecue. Oh yeah. Okay, maybe next time. You understand? So all these fakers. They will not accept them. Okay, he should not open casks, supposedly for his colleague, which he must open for sale, in order to deceive him in thinking that they have been opened in his honor. Understand? I have this. It's such an honor to see you in my house. I'm going to open a new cask of the wines. It's not. But he makes sure that like it is.
Right.
The same applies with all matters of this sort. It is forbidden to utter a single word of deception or fraud. Rather, one should have only truthful speech, a proper spirit, and a heart pure from deceit and trickery. That's an unbelievable halachah. So there is a book. It calls Living with Honesty.
Living with honesty?
Honesty, yeah, with honesty. Yeah, it's based on the teaching of Rabbi Belsky. That's all.
Uh-huh.
Very interesting. So he gives all of these example, when people ask him, is it allowed or not allowed? Right? Can I park if do I have to pay if I going to the store for 30 seconds? Do I have to pay for a parking meter? All of these things. Okay, so
yeah, you gotta get this book.
What is it?
I gotta get this book.
Get this book, and I think it would be very interesting for you and your wife study together.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like a short story, maybe 1 page, 2 pages. Right? People ask him questions, and then he, like in airport, all of this. Can you use this luggage card? You have to pay money, right? I think like $5 or whatever, $3, whatever, in airport, right? So can you use one if you find somebody just left it on a parcel?
Oh.
Can you use it? And many questions like this.
Interesting. I gotta get this book. Living with Honesty.
Yeah. Living with Honesty. Very nice. It's like $20, $25. Okay. So okay. So one more time from the beginning. A person is forbidden to act in a smooth tongue and luring manner. Forbidden to act, 72. In the previous Halachah, Rambam thought that we must speak with composure. In this Halachah, he explains that we should not use our ability to control our speech to deceive others. Right? So there are many these tactics that sales people use. One of the tactics is all people don't want to miss, don't want to lose out. You understand? It's one of the tactics. They would sell you whatever they want to. Okay, so one more time, the person is forbidden to act in a smooth tongue. 73, see Shayahu Torah 10 and Psalms 3.
Wait. Can we go back? I'm sorry. Can we just go back to 72? It says, he explains that we should not use our ability to control our speech to deceive others. So what would be that like an example?
Okay.
So that would be like what? Like
deceive others. So this.
But it says we cannot.
No. This. Okay. I give you like lie. So okay. So this. You're looking for an apartment.
Right.
In this real estate, guys say, you know what? Somebody's listening. Okay, the owner is in another room. I can give you $50 cheaper.
Oh, that's not allowed even in real estate.
Okay. I don't know. No, the rent. Okay.
Yeah.
$100. I can make for you $100 cheaper. $100. Understand? The owner already agreed with him that if they can go $100. There is no problem. Right. But they can they're going to include heat. You're going to pay 3 times more. You understand? So all of these things like people they just met and they pretend to be friends and stuff like that, which is not true and deceive people. So there are many naive people in this world.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
So they ask you, about your family, kids, and mother and father, and where you're from, and stuff like that. So okay. So I always ask, are you writing a book? What is this questions about?
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of questions about that.
Yeah.
And
okay, in a luring manner, 74. This is included in the Torah category of speech mentioned in Halachah 4. From the structure of this Halachah, it appears that Rambam is referring to a different prohibition than against deception mentioned later on. However, he does not define whether the prohibition is a Torah command or a rabbinical prohibition. But I would say for us, it does not make a big difference. I mean, it's prohibited is prohibited. It's not like, maybe it's if it's rabbinical, I would say, so in certain cases, you can go for the sake of the peace, so you can bend the truth a little. Not the bend the truth, but don't include all of the circumstances.
Right.
Don't tell all of it that happened. Okay. He should not speak one thing outwardly and think otherwise in his heart. 75. The two sources have been suggested for this clause. A, there are three whom God hates. Right? He who says one thing in speech and another in his heart. This is Hakim 13b. Okay, so hypocrites. A person should not say one thing in his speech and another in his heart. One second. They say three and two. There are three. Oh no, okay. There are three whom God hates. One more time. He who said one thing in his speech and another in his heart. Okay, so basically that's two proofs about hypocrites.
Right.
Like I give you one example. So I'm on one WhatsApp group, right? And okay, I don't care about this WhatsApp group. The only thing that I care is to post videos Rabbi Reuven and Rabbi Mizrachi. That's the only thing that the only reason. And some people do not like that, and they send like top guys. He send a message: do not post things that not related to this group, and it is like a community group. So if it's circumcision and without and this time, that time, we're going to Shiva call. Okay, so this is pertain to this. Well, other not. And there is one clown, so he just forwards. So whatever funny he finds, he forwards, and they don't like it, but nobody has the guts to tell him because he donates from time to time. So and everybody wants to be nice, and I mean they say do not post. Okay, so they said do not post, so I do not post. Okay, right. 3 days I did not post. So somebody else, which is a likable person by everybody from right. He posted, nobody objected.
Nobody said anything.
I posted.
So he posted like a Rabbi your own thing because he donates.
No. He posted some nonsense, some.
He posted
NBC News, whatever. So not related, not right. Related. So okay. So,
nobody said anything to him.
so people basically are hypocrites. If you say do not post, it should be for everybody.
Absolutely.
If you try to exclude one clown, just cut him from the group.
Yeah, it's the same example Rabbi Yaron said that if your job allows some people to listen to their AirPods,
yes,
then you should be listening to your AirPods because there should be no reason that he's singling you out. Yes. So for instance, like he said, there was one thing where like everybody got to listen to their own radio, but like this one person was listening to Shiur, and they didn't like that she was listening to Shiur's, but everybody else listens to whatever they want, So same thing. You can't do this. Okay.
Yeah. So don't be a hypocrite.
Yeah.
You understand? So this, but this mentality actually works very well for me. You understand? Right. So because it's hypocritical, so I can always post whatever I want, and I don't have to apologize, even they're warned because they do not rebuke others. Okay, there are some clowns that do not like Rabbi Mizrachi, basically. All right. Rather, his inner self should be like the self which he shows to the world. 76. Yoma 72b states, a wise man whose inner self is not like the self he shows to the world is not a wise man. Very interesting. So I'm going to read it again. A wise man whose inner self is not like the self he shows to the world is not wise man.
Why would they call him a wise man? Why would they call him a wise man if at the same sentence they're saying he's not a wise man? So is that like just like a...
So maybe it's a good question. I would say that's how the world see him.
Oh, that's just what he portrays. Like, so if you think somebody's wise because he knows
whatever reason, but he's not, and how do you know? Because that's like deep inside. That's not what he is.
So they say it twice because he's wise to you, maybe. But behind closed doors, he's not wise at all because he's two different people.
Yes, exactly, and it's very. I mean, you see, but on another hand, So on one hand, a person has to be true to himself, right?
Absolutely.
On another hand, it all depends on the circumstances. If you're dealing with Torah scholars, right, or you're dealing with amateurs like I don't know, some teenagers, or you're dealing with like some vultures, so that women, children, like all this like different people, but the core of the person should stay the same.
It's the same.
I mean, you change your speech. You don't like if somebody asked me a question. So we are learning about carrying on Shabbos. Carry like from one domain to another.
Oh, okay.
That it's not allowed to carry something. And we're discussing like what is the private domain. And we said it should be surrounded by a fence, stuff like that. Okay. So, and this guy, so he went to shul, and then people were coming out from the shul, from the shul after Shabbos, and there are steps. I don't know how many steps, and he saw that people were taking off the masks. It was sometime. So he asked a rabbi. So aren't they carrying? I think there is no air in that place. If I don't remember.
Taking off their masks outside?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So you're not allowed to carry in
Yeah.
If you wear this mask, there's no problem. But okay. So he said it was on the steps. It was not. It's like like away from building. And he looked left and he looked right, and the people were saying, he said, yeah, there is no problem. You understand? So, I don't know.
Generally, you're not. I mean, I know you're not allowed. At least I learned, No,
but one thing, like if you don't want to embarrass somebody, right? Let's say there were other people standing, and now this rabbi does not want to say that somebody else is doing wrong. For example, it's a younger guy, right? Let's say he didn't know, he's zealous, and okay. So, but this rabbi said, okay, let him stand, take him aside, this and that. But to lie like in the face of the person, exactly. So it's like a hypocrite. He's trying to be nice for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So it was 76. So 76 last sentence says that the Rambam paraphrases the quote in a positive context in connection to speech. Okay. Continue. What he feels in his heart should be the same as his words on his lips. Okay, so let's read 77 and discuss, because it's not so simple. 77. Rashi in Bereshit 37:4 comes that the verse which teaches that Joseph's brother would not speak pleasantly to him reveals their virtues while describing their faults. For it showed that they would not hide their feeling from him. So that's amazing example. So these brothers, they hated Joseph, right? And they did not want to talk to him. Yeah, you understand? So Torah says, and Rashi explained that it is a compliment. They were not hypocritical.
Right. They made it known that they didn't like him.
That's it. Right. So it's on one hand, it was wrong not to like him. On another hand, it is a compliment that they did not hide their feelings.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't. They didn't hide their feelings. Yeah, they told them straight up, pretty much. Oh, I'll be right back. I'm sorry. Get a drink.
Okay, so here we see another thing. So not always you have to say whatever is in your heart. For example, there are many bad things, negative things in your heart. So that doesn't mean that you have to say them out loud. But if you're going to say whatever you're going to say, it should be from your heart.
Right. Okay.
Understand? Or keep quiet. One of the two. But don't be hypocritical. Okay. So continue. It is forbidden to deceive people. So this sentence is like a clear halachah. I'm not sure why would some people think that it is allowed to deceive non-Jews. I have no idea. But some people may, and not some, many people.
Many people, yeah.
Okay, so 78. It is forbidden to deceive people. 78. The Sefer Chofetz said that the prohibition against theft also forbids deception. Quotes the Ritva, 94a, who is also of this opinion. One more time. States that the prohibition against theft also forbids deception from Ritva. But deception is a theft. So, for example, he has wrong scales or whatever. He said it's new, but it's not brand new. It was refurbished and stuff like that, right? So, or somebody returned it. So he's stealing from guy. The Rambam
fall under the same category as theft because you deceive somebody, you're stealing from them in a way.
Yes, and in that book, it's also the theft of the mind, of das, that we're going to, if you're going to get living with honesty.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
Telling people lies, but it's like even lies that they would not lose anything from this lie. Right?
Like saying, okay,
they give example from a Talmud. So listen to this example. So the two rabbis, they went out of the city, and another group of rabbis were coming to the city. They say Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem Shalom, nice to see us. They were the ones that were coming to the city. What are you doing here? And one of them said, we heard that you are coming, and they decided to meet and greet you. Understand? So, very nice of you, stuff like that. And
yeah, okay. Because you tried to make him feel that so basically it was a lie. You made him feel good, even though it's not true. Like you stole because, I don't know. I get it. Wow, that's interesting. You would think, human logic would dictate, oh, you're trying to make the guy feel good, But maybe it's also a lie because you're trying to make yourself look like, oh yeah, I'm doing it for you,
Exactly. So next time this guy, no, maybe not in this example, but basically a similar situation, right? So the second guy is okay. This is nice person. He did so many favors. You understand? So I have to treat him better. Maybe I give him a job to his son, and maybe I'm going to promote him and stuff like that. You understand? The possibilities are endless, but they're based on lie.
What if he was pursuing peace, and that was one of the ways that he was pursuing peace? Maybe you have to, it says in the Mishnah, you have to pursue peace. You have to, let's say you have somebody who you have a thing with, and you come across him, and you're like, oh, how do I start off making a peaceful request with this guy? Let me tell him that I'm here to see you, and you mend your relationship. Is that allowed?
If you're going pursue peace, meaning that you pursue that you're going out with intention to make peace.
Right. And this is the way you
then okay, and then you say whatever you say, there is no problem. If it was accidental,
right?
And you say I've been looking for you for 3 weeks now.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. Okay.
So basically, it's stealing from a person.
Right.
So because in his mind that you gave him something, even honor is even though it's not tangible, but it's something that people treasure.
Right.
You show somebody respect that they treasure, even though it was not respect. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, continue. Rambam also mentioned this prohibition in Hilchot Mihira, 18.1, but does not mention the source there either. The Tur and Shulchan Aruch, Hoshen Hamishpat 238, group this prohibition together with prohibition of Anat Dvarim, wronging and calic with words. However, the Rambam does not link the two together.
Mm-hmm.
Wronging calic with words, okay. The mention of this concept both here and Hilchot Mihira reveals that there are two aspects to this prohibition. One involving business transaction, and one the ethical in nature. So this example that I gave from Talmud, so it was all of this example that we discussed. It's ethical, not business, right? He didn't steal. The Rambam emphasizes the two aspects in his commentary to the Mishneh Kelim 12:7, where he elaborates on the prohibition against deceiving Gentiles. Also mentioned the aspect of Hil Hashem. That's a big one. The desecration of the God's name, which is involved. So that's a big one. So I mean, for example, so everybody knows nobody is going to go to court because like a small amount of money. You understand? I'm not going to take off the whole day just to take this Jew to the court. Let's say this Gentile. So, but in his mind, it's like he has all this hatred to the Jews. So it's big Hil Hashem, especially he sees that the person is religious. He concludes a man will acquire debased character traits by performing all of these wicked deeds, which God has stated that he views as detestable. So basically, it's this very important idea that if you act in certain way, it's going, and we spoke before about it, it's going to become your nature. So we spoke in a sense how to change your character trait. So you force yourself, you start doing, and after a certain period of time, it's going to become second nature for you. You would not need to even think about it.
Right.
Okay. So it was 78. Okay. So one more time the whole sentence. It is forbidden to deceive people, even a non-Jew. 79. Though the Rambam maintains that the prohibition against overcharging a calic does not apply to Gentiles in Hilchot Mihira, it is forbidden to purposely deceive one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure what does it say there, but by overcharging, I think it means like more than 16%. I think, right? So if
you're allowed to overcharge a colleague, you're not allowed to overcharge a Jewish colleague, but you're allowed to overcharge a Gentile.
I'm not sure what is the qualification there for a Jew. I think 1/6 it's 16-17% plus minus, right? So you that's between Jew and another Jew, but with a Gentile, I mean you cannot charge him double. I mean it has to be reasonable. For example, one should not sell a Gentile a meat of an animal which has not been ritually slaughtered. Okay, so 80. This instance is derived from Hulin 94a, which explained that Shmuel rebuked his attendant for doing so. I mean, he would say, this Gentile, he does not know why does he care? He can eat this treifa. So basically, even though the Gentile would not do any avedas because of this Jew, but it's still not allowed. Right? So which was not ritually slaughtered, as it were ritually slaughtered meat. 81. And so the Gentile would think that the Jew is honoring him by selling him meat that he would eat himself. Right? So it's like honor. Right? Rashi put it. This prohibition applies even if one does not sell it at the price of the richly slaughtered meat. So it's not like he trying to make money, like extra money. No. Same price, even with discount, is still not allowed, because in this guy's mind, this Gentile's mind, so it's like being honored, especially in the olden days. So somebody did a shkita, and there is only limited amount of meat. So he gave to his brother, sister, whatever he gave, and now this Gentile come and he gives him a big piece. So it is an honor. Right. Okay. 1 second. So slaughter meat, nor a shoe. So after number 81, nor a shoe made from a hide of the animal which has died of natural causes, as if it were made from a hide of slaughtered animal. So let's see what is the difference. A hide of slaughtered animal is presumed to be tougher than the animal which died in the old age or sickness. Oh, okay.
Makes sense. Yeah, okay. Because it didn't say old age, just said natural causes. But I guess natural causes means old age, because you just die of old age. Okay.
Exactly. Yes, makes sense. Mm-hmm. One should not press his colleague to share a meal with him when he knows that the colleague will not accept the invitation. Nor should he press presents upon him when he knows that his colleague will not accept them. I mean, the guy is a computer guy, and somebody is offering me some tools. I don't know.
Let me ask you a lot. Let's say, for instance, you buy like I don't know. Let's say you buy like animals to do like leather or whatever from like people, whatever, like how they used to do in like the Western spelt and whatever. And whatever, your job is, some of them are natural death, some of them are not. The guy brings it in, he just whatever finds them. Some of them are slaughtered, he gets from whatever. And let's say you look through all the animals and you're able to tell this one died of natural, this one died of slaughter. But let's say you make a mistake on one, because let's say it's slaughtered animal. You pay a little more because the leather is still good, and natural you pay less because the leather is not as good. But let's say he brought 10 of them. Let's say 7 of them you see were slaughtered and 3 of them you say natural, but you made a mistake. You gave him the money for whatever, and you whatever, time goes by, like a lot later, non-Jew. And all of a sudden, you look through your inventory, you start checking, and you see that you made a mistake. There was, all 9 of them were slaughtered. So you underpaid him on 3. But it was a mistake. It's not like you intentionally lied. Yeah. Let's say it's an art to it. What do you say the halachic thing is for that? What would be the thing to do?
So, but what is it? What is the question? Should you give a refund to a non-Jew for?
Yeah, you give a refund. Should you apologize? Like, what should be the thing? And the guy doesn't know. He's just like, okay, let's say he takes his money, like as if he doesn't know. You don't know at that moment, but you find out like later. Let's say you're looking through your animals, And
I think halakhically you would not be obligated, but it would be big kiddush Hashem if you do. So that's what I learned in my life. Like small things that you do, they make a big impression on people.
Here's why I ask. I work at a pawn shop.
Yes.
Okay, so I have to test gold. I'm not an expert, but when I only deal with like testing gold when nobody's there, and I'm the only one there like that does it. So a customer comes in and wants to sell all their gold. He has like scrap gold everywhere. I don't know where she got it from. I don't know anything. So I test it, and 80% of it comes out like 10 carat. Person accepts the deal. I pay them on 80% 10 carat, and then the rest is 14 carat, so I pay more. Whatever, time goes by, and the boss comes in and he checks the transactions I made. He's like, oh, this one, they were all 14 karat or something like that. You know, so you made out. And I was like, oh, I didn't know. He's like, why'd you think it was 14? I was like, well, first of all, it tested like it because it's very, you know, like it's tough. Like if it's poor quality gold, maybe there's different metals. So he's like, all right, you're learning. He's like, whatever, you made out this time. You know, it's not my store, you know, so I don't know. Like, I can't tell him, like, okay, I got to call the customer back and, you know, I just work for the store. So what's a lot? Like, should I do tshuva for that? Like, I don't know what to do.
I mean, Hashem said you send this situation your way. So you have to do tshuva. So because he put you in that situation,
Right.
something else was wrong. You understand? And you have to acknowledge. So of course you didn't do it on purpose.
Right.
But even if you didn't do it on purpose, you did not know. You have to still do tshuva.
Okay.
And so if it's a bit Gentile and they would not know, they would not find out, and it's not your money, and the boss says don't do it, so you're not obligated to do that.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll do tshuva. I mean, I felt very bad. Like in my head, I was like,
that's normal. So the problem is that people get used to things, right? And they don't feel bad. That's what Hashem does not like. When we get to the stone heart, somebody, maybe it was not a big difference. Maybe it was $15, $20, $50 difference. Maybe, I don't know what was. Okay.
That was a big difference.
Okay.
It's a big difference. I'm telling you, I didn't feel good. A part of me was like, okay, one, I'm always nervous about testing gold because there's a lot of counterfeit gold, like very good quality. So I'm like, when this person came in, I see that she laid out a lot of gold. And I'm thinking in my head, Hashem, please just don't let me like lose out. Let me break even, if anything. You know, I'm thinking in my head, what if it's all fake? I don't know, you know? So whatever, I did the test. I looked at it. Some of it said 10 carats. Some of it said 14. Whatever said 14, I just put it aside and tested it. It tested like 14. But some of them honestly tested like 10 carat. And then I put it all there. And then my boss comes like an hour or 2 hours later. And he's like, this was all 14, you know?
Maybe he made a mistake.
No, he's good at his stuff.
So what was that? So he checked all the pieces after you?
Yeah. No, that's what, he does. Yeah, of course.
I don't know. So
in my head, I was like, oh, okay, Hashem didn't make me lose out, but I still want to do tshuva. Like, I still felt bad. I was I just felt bad. I was like, I don't know. Maybe Hashem didn't want me to lose, but he also wants me to do tshuva.
You see, if it says there, stamp 14 or 10, so you had all of the reasons to believe that it should be 10.
Yeah.
You understand? It's not like you did something like out of order. You try to like sneaky this or that. That's not what you did.
Right.
So, but still, I'm not sure. So the problem is manufacture them. They lost money, right? If it's supposed to be 14, they put 10. I don't know.
No, okay.
But okay, just
I just felt bad. I'm just gonna do tshuva for it anyway.
That's it. I mean, it's
you don't lose that on tshuva. That I know.
No. By doing tshuva, you're saying, Hashem, I want to be close to you. So Ramchal said the biggest pleasure in this world is being close to Hashem. So tshuva always brings person closer. What could be better than that?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so 1 second. What was it? Okay, so after 82, continue. One should not press his colleague to share. Okay, meal. Okay, let's read it again quickly.
83.
83,
yeah, right?
Yeah. One should not appear to show generosity when he knows that he will not that it will not be accepted. Okay, so I mean that's clear. After 83, he should not open casks supposedly for the colleague, which he must open for sale in order to deceive him into the thinking that they have been opened in his honor. 84. The Hul in question, this prohibition, noted that Rabbi Yehuda opened a barrel of the wine in honor of Ula. It explains that since they were close friends, this gesture was permitted.
Mm-hmm.
The same applies in all other matters of this sort. It is forbidden to utter a single word of deception or fraud. 85. Single word of deception. The Halachah Mishnah notes that this expression leads to the conclusion that if person remains silent, he may perform an action which his colleague might misinterpret as having been carried out in his honor. Very interesting. However, Rambam makes no mention of misleading talk when speaking about the prohibition against opening casks which are for sale.
Mm.
Moreover, here the prohibition against deception is mentioned within the context of the character flaws. Therefore, it appears that the detriment is not whether one speaks or not.
Determinant.
Yeah, determinant. Determinant. Yeah. So basically, sometimes if a person keep quiet, then other person can misinterpret it also.
Mm-hmm.
So I did you open it for me? And he just may make some facial expression.
Okay.
Very good. Okay. So we're about to finish. So it says the next sentence. Rather, one should have only a truthful speech, a proper spirit, and a heart pure from all deceit and trickery. Very clear. The three phrases have a biblical meaning. We find this: the speech will be established forever. The speech it's
True speech.
True speech. Oh yeah. The true speech. Thank you very much. True speech will be established forever. Proverbs 12:19. And God create a pure heart for me and renew a proper what the spirit within me.
Renew a proper spirit within.
Mm-hmm. This closing line, so I recall the beginning of the Halachah, which stresses that one's speech must reflect the feeling in one's heart. Okay, so let's stop here. Any comments, questions?
No, I think we had a lot of good discussions today.
Yes.
Hashem.
So until next time.
Yep. Bye.
Bye-bye.